Attorney General Merrick Garland has announced that 4 Proud Boys, including Enrqiue Tarrio, have been convicted of seditious conspiracy.
And now, after 3 trials, we have secured the convictions of leaders of both the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers for seditious conspiracy, specifically conspiring to oppose by force the lawful transfer of presidential power. Our work will continue. At my Senate confirmation hearing just over a month after January 6th, I promised that the Justice Department would do everything in its power to hold accountable those responsible for the heinous attack that sought to disrupt a cornerstone of our democracy, the peaceful transfer of power to a newly elected government. And as I have said repeatedly, the department will conduct all of its work in a manner that adheres to the rule of law and honors our obligations to protect the civil rights and civil liberties of everyone in this country. Today's verdict is another example of our steadfast commitment to keeping those promises. The Justice Department will never stop working to defend the democracy to which all Americans are entitled.
Now, this is historic news. We have the 4 Oath Keepers, including Tarrio, who was kind of the head, the mastermind behind the militant part of this. And then we also have 9 Oath Keepers, totally separate group who were also very violent and militant on January 6th. And in the lead up to this, what's really interesting is that throughout the trial, Tarrio's lawyers were trying to paint Donald Trump as the head, as the person they should be going after, and they just said that they're going after Tarrio because they couldn't get to Trump. It's so sweet watching these morons fight back and forth, and now that the hammer is dropped, they're all just trying to blame one another. This kind of goes back to when Donald Trump said stand back and stand by when he was asked about the Proud Boys. What happened was the number of young men who applied to be a Proud Boy, I don't know how that process works, but it soared after he made those comments. And so what happened is the Proud Boys became even more out of control than they already were. And Tarrio was afraid that the number of young, really aggressive members was going to be a problem for him. So he created a kind of inner circle, which is so funny because it just made it easier for investigators to pin who, was the ones who were the ones leading the January 6th assault on the Capitol. So you have Donald Trump making it harder for Tarrio, and then Tarrio making it harder for Donald Trump. And it's just back and forth. And it's just like a rat's nest now that, the law has, like I said, brought the hammer down. And now everybody's just scurrying, right? And everybody's pointing fingers at everybody else. But what this really is today is a lesson to anybody who chooses violence when they want to enact political change. This is the end result of that. Possible life in prison, decades in prison. You choose violence, right, to try to win politically, you are going to fail.